you might have seen us before all together, but I'm not really sure. So we'll talk a little bit today about what we're doing, who we are, what we've built together, and yeah, let's just get into it. Hey guys, welcome to, we're going to call it the studio series for now. I'm Dan here with Matt and Gabe, and you might have seen us before all together, but I'm not really sure. So we'll talk a little bit today about what we're doing, who we are, what we've built together, and yeah, let's just get into it. So I'm Dan.
Gabe.
Matt.
Here we are. So, fellas, let's see. It is November
5th, I think.
Yeah. It's been a crazy couple months.
Yeah.
So you guys started this journey. I guess you guys started together. When did you join Simmons?
August of 23.
So
Yeah.
it's just been 2 years.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't, because you had Matt had like the whole studio thing, like vision, like he had that already envisioned. And then it kind of like, I think it shifted a little bit more towards like me joining in probably towards the end of 2024. Because that's when we got like the new space and you were like, all right, like we can do it. Like there's a possibility of us like being able to do it. And then that's when I like kind of came in.
Okay.
Yeah, because like to take it back, like we had a really small office space. I mean, you remember this
I
space.
remember
It was
this place.
insanely small.
Yep.
And we had a little like studio set built in the one room.
I remember
but
that.
It wasn't.
It was
like,
about half the size.
Like,
maybe.
glass table, not like optimized for sound at all, but it looked kind of cool at the
It
time.
did look cool.
And yeah, I mean, the idea from starting there was to always have some kind of a place where people could come record, film, shoot podcasts, shoot content, anything like that. But at the time, we just didn't have, one, the manpower, two, really the systems on how to do it. So last year, we were kind of like had the kick in the butt to do it when we obviously outgrew the space.
Right.
And we had the opportunity presented to move into a new location. And I was like, hey, this is probably perfect. Like, we're not going to fill up all this space.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like already divided rooms. And I'm like, this could work potentially. So then I was like, all right, Gabe, he's been here for a while. He's like starting to run the show at Simmons Media, which was like the media company.
The backbone.
Yeah. And I was like, if we're going to do this, like this has always been the plan, but if we're going to do it, now's the time.
Right.
And then we just kind of developed some concepts and what we thought it would be. And shoot, here we are a year later now.
So we're almost a year in. So I guess let's go back then, because you said he had this idea. So when was obviously you started Simmons in what, 22?
22.
22.
Yep.
So you were like solo dolo for what, basically a year? Okay.
Yeah.
So then when did the studio idea, like, when was it like, now wait a minute, like this might be something we can monetize?
Yeah, well, when I first got the office space, I think that was like December 22. I think it was when I got the office, the first office. Well, at that time, I was like, I want to do it. I'm like, I just don't know how to do it. Like, and at that point, we didn't have our book built enough for Simmons Media. Where I'm like, I don't even know if there's people like I'm currently working with that would want to use it. But then, yeah, I mean, flash forward to, it was really when we got that the opportunity to move into the new space. I'm like, all right, this is the go time.
Right. Okay, so then you guys started in January. So then fast forward to when did you think like, oh, hey, it might be time for part 2?
Yeah, so that just kind of came up like really randomly, right? I don't even remember how it happened.
Dude, I'm like trying to think too. I think it was like, because we would talk about it like here and there, like driving to shoots and stuff like that. And we were just like, I don't know, we were just like yapping about it, like like talking and stuff. And I think randomly like it just lined up because the whole dilemma with like going to a new space was finding a person. Like that was it. Like we had to find a unicorn essentially for like to run a space like that because it was like such a unique thing. And that was the dilemma. But then I think like Matt like one day was just like, I think I know like who we can ask.
Dude, no, funny story on that. This is crazy. I went to meet my mom for coffee at Twin Valley Coffee and Eagle. And these ideas were like flowing through my head at the time. And I walk into Twin Valley and I see Dan with his dog getting coffee. And I'm like, yo, wait a second. And you were just telling me like your past like job, it didn't work out, all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, this is crazy timing.
I remember that because I was there with my dog and my one friend. She had come home from college and we were just like talking, and we walk out and I like ran into you, and I hadn't seen you because I feel like the past couple of years we would like see each other in passing, or we would like go out or see each other like every, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 months.
Right.
And I hadn't seen you in probably about a year or two, and I was like, oh, like I'd just been thinking about you because. I think I was talking to Alex. He's one of our mutual friends. And we run into each other. And then it was like, boom, maybe a month later, I get a text. Hey, you want to meet for dinner? And I was like, sure. Like, what? Like, I don't. And then, was the first time just the two of us?
Yeah.
Okay. So then, and then it was like, we talked about it. Then I was like, all right, like, yeah, like, why not? And then the second time, it's like, let's meet again. And then Gabe showed up, and I was like, now we mean business. Now we're for real. And and now here we are. So we're, I guess you could say I'd say July. I know we didn't open, but we like opened,
building it
like,
out,
soft open. Yeah,
that's when we got it right. It was July
1st, right?
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Let's talk about that, man, because. Yeah. The month of July, this time it couldn't have been worse, right? We decide, okay, July, we're going to take over this lease. We're going to start it. Like, we want to open August, whatever, right? 3 of us were, like, never in the room at the same time that whole month.
I remember the exact. So we get occupancy July 1st.
Yep.
July 4th, I went to California for 2 weeks, basically. Yep. I get back. That weekend, Gabe goes on vacation for a week. Gabe gets back. Within, like, minutes, it felt like, of Gabe getting home, Matt went on vacation.
It was crazy.
And then I think we were all back for about a week. And then I think you went on vacation again or something like that. And it was just like there was nothing we could do. We made it work. Like, it worked.
Yeah,
but it was crazy. There was definitely weekends and days that we were in here by ourselves, or it was very rare if all 3 of us were all together putting this place together.
Yeah, I mean, even like up until now, I feel like the 3 of us really, I mean, now we do like our weekly meetings and all that kind of stuff, which is good. But I mean, for the first, like during the pre-sale, I feel like we were probably in the same room like 4 times.
Yeah, it was busy because I mean, you guys have so much on your plate, and then I'm just here, so it's
a
like
brand new concept, though,
right?
so
exactly. So it's trying to figure out, iron everything out. So, but let's kind of shift away from, I guess you'd say, the work world. So this is, like you kind of said, it's a new concept. Yeah. I'd say we all grew up in the media space. I'd say we're like the first generation that is like, we've been surrounded by it since what? I mean, really
middle school.
When did you guys have your first phone?
Middle school for
me.
Like
6th, 7th
I think
grade,
I got like a
like
flip phone.
Yep, flip phone, 7th grade.
Yep. And it was like
that,
and from then on, like, I remember getting my first smartphone, and then it was the iPhone, and then it was like video games, and like it's always been something. And so, as new of a concept as this is, like, what draws you to like the media space? Like, what was it when you first, maybe it was before college, maybe it was in high school, that you were just like, you know, this is where, like, this is the space I want to be in?
Yeah, that's a good question. I can start. So I guess for me, it's like a little bit different too, because I mean, one, I was always into like the video and the media side, always the YouTube, YouTube kid, all that kind of stuff.
I'm still a YouTube kid.
Same here, but it's better than iPad kid.
Yeah. It's pretty similar.
I'm probably an iPad kid
similar.
too.
I'm not an iPad kid.
Like if you're a YouTube kid, you're like low-key an iPad.
Yes,
you might not have an iPad.
It's like
that's crazy. That's a crazy point right there.
What do you watch it on?
I watch on my phone or on the TV.
Okay. Oh, it's a smaller version of an iPad.
I would say
a crazy
YouTube kid is a hybrid iPad kid.
Yeah, that.
I will forever stand that. One, I'm an iPad kid. I understand it. Like, I grew up looking at my phone like this, and I still do. Like, it's It is what it is. So, like, what? You need a screen this big to be considered an iPad kid?
Yeah,
like,
man.
Yeah, what do you think? Like,
dude, iPad kids, like, at dinner, you're, like, on the iPad.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay, I guess semantics. But, like, but I guess I understand where you're coming from. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But anyway,
Yeah.
so where was that? Oh, yeah, taking it back. So, yeah, I was always, like, on YouTube and everything like that, whether it was, doing basketball videos and stuff like that, or at one point I tried doing, like, a little news show in college. It was stupid, but it had a decent following at one point.
And it gave you experience.
Exactly. Yep. Gave me experience editing, being in front of a camera, just getting comfortable talking.
It's intimidating.
Yeah.
For people who don't know it, like,
yeah.
I'd say that's the number one thing I hear a lot.
Oh,
like,
same here.
100%.
I don't want to do it, or I don't know how to do it, or something like that.
And I mean, it makes sense too, because especially like if you have, like, a lot of our clients are professionals.
Right.
And if you're like a professional, you're probably in your 40s, 50s. Like, they didn't grow up with the phones and with the iPad kids and all this kind of stuff.
When we say professionals, we don't mean like professional, like, content creators or something. We mean professionals in their
like their
own
career,
field.
real
and stuff
estate,
like that.
lawyers,
Exactly.
different
like,
industries.
So cameras are not like the forefront of their mind.
Exactly. So for somebody like that who might not have grown up with it, it is intimidating. And I think that's part of, like, what we do really well is trying to make it as less intimidating as possible.
Totally.
But yeah, I mean, my story is a little bit different because I did go to school to be a lawyer. Like, that's what I went to Westchester for poli-sci. I was going to go to law school after, and quickly realized, like, this isn't for me. I need to get my hands on something, like, I really enjoy again. And that's, when I picked the camera back up, added media as a second major, and then got the internship at a local gym. Shout out to Devin. And then, from there, it really all just spiraled.
It just fell into place.
Yeah.
What about you, Gabe?
I feel like for media in general, like, it always just, like, made sense for me.
Yeah.
Like, it was just one of those things that, like, kind of clicked. Like, I always, like, I was the same way as you guys. Like, I always was surrounded by, like, technology, and I was, like, very technologically, like, savvy. It like, literally just made sense to me. And I always, like, had that creative, like, flair too. Like, I wasn't really into sports growing up or anything like that. I was always on the more, like, creative side of things.
Artistic, would you say?
Yeah,
like,
artistic, like doing.
Can you draw?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Okay.
I wouldn't say I'm like
an artist.
An artist,
right? Yeah.
but, like, I'm probably above average, I'd say.
Yeah.
But, like, I was always into, like, that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think sometime in high school, I think I was, like, a freshman or sophomore, I bought a camera. And then my other friend, Mitchell, actually, as you guys know, he's our graphic designer for studios and Simmons Media. He also got a camera. And then we got, like, both super hyper fixated on it. And like, that was that. Because then I realized, like, I was pretty good at it. Like, I was pretty good at it. So then I got super into it. I was doing it with him. I didn't really get into videography until, like, college and stuff like that. But yeah, I was just super into it. And I didn't think that it would be a career or anything like that. I was just like, it was just like a hobby for me.
Yeah.
And I did go to school for media because, like, I didn't know what else. I was 18. You guys know, like, when you're 18, you don't know what the hell you want to do. You know, like, I didn't know.
Yeah.
That was what I was good at. So I was like, all right, I'll go to media. And then fortunately, it did work out. And I was able to go and get a job in the industry.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's pretty much it. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, mine, I'd say it's kind of, I guess how I got here is very different than, I guess, both of you. It's more similar to Matt because I went to school originally for business, and that was just because my parents were like, go to school for business. And I was just like, I really don't want to. Like, since I have been, I don't know, 15, 16, people have always said, like, you have a voice for radio. And that always stuck with me. And so I was always like, and I grew up, like, playing sports. Sports were my thing. And I grew up listening to the Phillies on the radio. And I looked up to Scott Fransky. He's still, like, the radio announcer for the Phillies. And I always was like, that's what I want to do. I want to be, like, the play-by-play, blah, blah, blah. As I got older, I was like, okay, it's a dream. It's obviously every dream's attainable, but you have to be realistic at points. So I was like, okay, what about a radio show, like, for sports radio? So I was like, after that first year, I think at community college, I was like, all right, I'm going to go. So I went to Liberty for a year. And that's where I found kind of like this major, like the digital media, the communications, videography, all that. And that like opened my eyes to this whole world. And I was like, oh, so there's more to it than just sitting behind a mic at a radio station, right? And then I came to Westchester. You got the digital media major, and it kind of played out kind of how I thought it was going to originally. I got the job in radio, and then that job just didn't work out because it was like just the time. It was an old radio station. Like I was the only person that was sub 50 that was in there, and it was like I was just a DJ of like old like slow music, and I couldn't be me. Like I kind of had to like dial myself back, and it didn't work. So then fast forward, kind of like now we're up to the story that Matt told earlier, like told him about how then that job didn't work, talked to him, and boom. So now we're here, and like podcasting has always been something I enjoy because it allows you to kind of like inject your personality, and it's long form. Like radio, there's so many rules. Like there's so many like I don't know, like not just FCC, but like you have to be very different than a podcast. A podcast, you can just go, and when you want to stop, you can hit stop. You know what I mean? Or the radio is like, hey, listen, we got a ad read in 15 seconds, so end your thought like that and start reading the ad. And it's like, so that's how I'm here. So
it's like new wave. Podcast is like new wave radio,
and that's why radio is becoming extinct. Like
yeah.
Like, it's really just people older than us. So I guess that kind of leads to another question I had, that like we are in that new age of media, and so hopefully one day kids look at us and like, oh, like you started something, like especially in this area. We hope that like, we've talked about it, like going to schools and talking to schools about it, right? And so who did you guys look up to in the media space that, because like we didn't have this, you know what I mean? Like we didn't have direct media, like, I don't know, role models. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, you could say like a YouTuber, but like,
that's kind of what I was thinking.
Oh yeah,
like, what other type of media? I don't know.
Yeah, so I said like the Phillies radio announcer, but like, other than that, I was thinking YouTubers too. Like, I don't know.
Give a shout to Mark Zumoff too. He was a good voice that I was always pretty fascinated with.
And he came and talked.
Yeah, which was awesome.
The class that we took
and
together.
He said the same thing to you that you said. People said he's like, whoa, that guy's got a voice.
I remember sitting in the back of class and asking a question, and he's like, that was the most validated I ever felt.
I'm trying to think, what does he do? Because
Mark? Yeah. He was the Sixers TV broadcaster.
Oh.
And then
for like 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
And he came into to class?
He was like, I don't know if you ever took it. It was like, I think it was direct like sports broadcasting.
Sports advertising?
Media, something.
Yeah.
With Lorden.
Yeah, Lorden.
Oh, yeah. I never had Lorden. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But like Lorden was friends with him, and he came in one day.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, so.
That's so crazy.
But, yeah, like, would you say, like, do you have any YouTubers in mind that?
Dude, I don't know, man. I've been
watching YouTube forever.
I was gonna say probably since like it became a thing. I mean, what was it? 2011 is when it became. I remember 2009 or something like that.
The first time I had YouTube on my phone, like the old, like it was like the old TV.
Yeah,
dude,
yo,
like tan.
Yeah.
Like that. Dang, that's crazy.
On the iPod Touch.
Yeah.
So like.
I don't even know, dude. I feel like there's so many because, like, growing up, I always watched like mostly video game stuff.
Yeah.
Like I would say, mostly video game stuff, like Smosh, like all those,
PewDiePie or whatever.
PewDiePie, like all like the like comedian ones. But like, I think like media, like as I got older and once I was into media and watching, and wanted to learn and stuff like that. Like, dude, a huge one was like Casey Neistat. Like Casey Neistat is a insane Like, I guess I'd consider him like a filmmaker. He is the way that he puts together like
That's
videos and stuff.
Like,
nuts.
Whether people want to admit it or not, YouTube is filmmaking. Like at this point.
At this point, man.
Oh,
it's nuts, dude. I mean, I don't even know. There's so many. There's like literally so many. I don't even.
I have one too. It's I don't know if you guys would know him. He's a smaller channel, but his name's Dre Baldwin. And he kind of followed my evolution with me, which I thought was crazy because he started off doing basketball content. He was like the first basketball YouTuber. So he'd like show you how to do like AI, like crossover and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, this is my guy. I need to learn how to do this. And then he started dabbling more into like the mindset and then the business world. And now like all of his content's business. So it's kind of cool because like as I was moving out of basketball and into like
you like grew up together.
It's kind of what it felt like, even though he's like 45. Like he's way older, but
it's still the same like trajectory.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. So that's somebody I thought was cool. And he was also from Philly, which was sick.
That's dope.
So I'm like, all right, so this is already like perfect.
Yeah.
So that would be one for me.
Yeah, I'd say.
You're like YouTubers.
Yeah, like I kind of like you. Like I was always watching like gaming YouTube, like Scump, or like any of the FaZe guys. Like and now, honestly, now it's like. Almost like more streamers, and not because of like what they do, but kind of like the hustle and the tech that comes with it.
Yo,
like, we talk about it all the time with like our setups.
Nuts.
Like seeing, like when you watch a stream, like it's basically this, but they're just broadcasting.
They're live streaming it, dude. I mean, it's the same technology. It is the same tech. Like, I bet you that there are huge streamers out there who use the exact same board as us.
Absolutely.
Like, we pretty much have a giant stream deck.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we use, and they definitely use like the same type of mics, like cameras and stuff like that, like lighting. It's just like a different type of media.
Yeah,
but it is very similar.
But at its core, it's like the same thing.
Yeah,
and like
one's
to
live
me,
streamed, one's recorded.
It's cool because like all these big streamers, they have like the guy behind the curtain who like they run everything.
Yeah,
and I like the older I've gotten, and like the more we've done this, I'm like, you know, in reality, we're all just that. Like the guy behind the curtain, like that's what we do. And so just kind of seeing the success of like people and honestly the amount of money they make, but also knowing that at its core, it's people like us that are creating those opportunities.
Bringing it to life.
Right, exactly. And so I think that's really cool. And like that kind of just leads me to another thing. It's like the language we talk.
Yeah.
Like this is a completely different language to some people. Like we could, you know, I sometimes laugh because we'll start talking about stuff, and if someone was standing at the door that was like, I don't know, like my fiance, she's a nurse. If she was standing at the door and listened to that, she'd be like,
"What's a
what?"
stream day?
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
but it's like the same thing for any profession.
Right.
But yeah, so that's just a little bit about kind of what we're about, who we are. We'll go in. I think next episode we'll go a little bit more into depth of like. Where we are, like exactly what we do, why we do it, how we do it. But yeah, like this is going to be more of a series of kind of like this. It'll be more relaxed, very relaxed, just us talking, but having meaningful, intentional conversations. So, you guys have anything to add before we wrap up this episode?
Anything?
No, I'm excited to like actually do it. You know what I mean? This is the first of hopefully
many.
Thousands.
There he is.
You heard him.
The visionary.
Thousands.
Sweet.
All right, guys. Well, stay tuned because next episode is coming soon, and we will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.